Selector, run the track. Thanksgiving. Yes, sir. Jamra. In Jamaica, we eat a turkey on Thanksgiving. I like eat ackee salad.
Hey guys, welcome to Yardie TV. So yesterday we made some carrot juice. Well, the hubby made some carrot juice, and he had some of the pulp left back from the juicing of the carrots, and he requested that I make a carrot cake. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. To start off the process, I'm gonna be using 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, and 1/3 cup of oil. Yes, and just gonna blend these 3 ingredients together initially. Just whisk it, and that will get my wet ingredients going. All right, so like I said, this is 1 cup sugar and 1/3 cup oil and 2 eggs, and I just whisk it until the sugar is somewhat mixed in or diluted. You can use white sugar if you have it, and I believe that would have been easier to have the sugar dissolve if you use white sugar, but I personally prefer brown sugar, so that's what I'm working with. All right, guys, so once it comes to a creamy consistency, then we are pretty much done with the whisking process. So I'm gonna add all of my other wet ingredients. In this case, it calls for 1/3 cup of milk, but what I'm using, guys, is pretty much 1/3 cup, but it's half almond milk and half of the carrot juice that we juiced in the juicer yesterday. Reason being because I want to capture more of the carrot flavor, because usually you use grated carrot, so that would have more of the carrot flavor. Since we are using the pulp from the juiced carrot, we have lost some of the carrot flavor, so I'm just trying to incorporate that back into the cake. All right, so we have that, and then we are going to be adding some vanilla. We're using 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I have vanilla extract. All right, so now that we have all of our wet ingredients blended together, let's get that out of the way and start working on our dry ingredients. All right, so in this bowl I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I have a half teaspoon of baking soda. All right, so now I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, very important to give it that nice spiced flavor. So we're adding that 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and of course you can jazz it up as much as you like. I'm gonna be putting just a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. Yes, it's fall, so hey, yeah, work with me. Just a little sprinkle. You don't want to overdo it or kill the natural carrot flavor, so just a sprinkle is good, and a little bit of ground nutmeg. Just a little sprinkle, yes. All right, so now we have everything. We're gonna just mix them together. All right, so I'm gonna sift the mixture just so it is, lighter, fluffier. Just sifting that into the wet ingredients. And once that is done, we start mixing it together. See? A little residual, I guess the nutmeg. All right. All right. So now we're going to be adding our carrots. Yes, the shredded carrots to the mixture. And then pretty much we are done. Ready for the baking process. So stick and stay. Do not go anywhere. All right. So we're going to be adding our 1 cup of shredded carrot. And just fold it in gently. Look at that nice vibrant orange color. Can already tell that it's gonna be flavorful. Definitely will be flavorful. Consistency is on point. Yeah. Alright guys, and this is totally optional, but I have here 4 raw almonds that I just chopped to add it to the cake. Just a matter of preference. We like to have a little crunch in our our baked goods when we're having it, so that is again optional. The recipe doesn't call for it, so you do not have to add any type of nuts to yours, but yeah, this is just something that I like to do. All right, so this is the final mix, and once I just mix the ingredients together, now it's time to get the baking pan ready and the oven ready for baking. Alright, so I have this baking pan. I'm just gonna spray it with some olive oil cooking spray. And then just pour the butter into your baking pan. Yep, good to go. So now we're gonna just put this into the oven. I'm actually using my toaster oven to bake it since it's just one small cake, and it's gonna go in for 20 to 30 minutes at 350 degrees, but I will let you know exactly how long I keep it in for. All right, so stick and stay, and we will see the finished product once it's done baking. All right. Alright guys, so this is how it's looking 22 minutes into the baking process. I think it's pretty much done. It's a smaller cake, so it shouldn't take that long. So I'm doing the test. Yeah, maybe a little, maybe 3 more minutes and it should be done. So I'm gonna just put it in the toaster the toaster oven, and it should be done in 3 minutes. All right. But it looks pretty good, nice and golden, and it looks very moisturized.
So there you have it, guys. The wifey just take out the cake out of the oven, and it's a small cake, you know, because we don't really go for sweet things like that. But this one was really, really, really a good one, and it's a great way of utilizing your leftover fruits from your juicing process. The cake is moist. It not really and truly sweet, as we said, because we was very, very careful as to how much sugar we add to it. And it does make a difference. You can have it with a little tea, a little coffee in the morning, or as a little light dessert. You know, utilize your little carrot. You understand? So next time you want to use your refuge from your juicing process, remember to link up Yardie Belly TV for the carrot cake recipe. As usual, remember to share and subscribe and big up on yourself.